Alright, this is the second legato playing lesson. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple of patterns. We did a little bit of this in the previous, in lesson number 1, but we're going to deal with the three most common 3-note per string finger combinations that you're going to find if you're playing a major or a minor scale or any of the diatonic modes. The first one is just if we're starting on the first string, we're going to have our first finger on the 5th fret, and we're going to hammer our 3rd finger onto the 7th fret and our 4th finger onto the 8th fret. That's the first combination. The next one, basically the same thing, but instead of our 3rd finger, we're going to use our 2nd finger. So we're going to go 5th fret, 6th fret with the 2nd finger, 8th fret with the 4th finger. And then the next one, we're going to spread out a little bit. I generally end up using my 1st, 2nd, and 4th fingers for this when I'm playing on the 5th, 7th, and 9th frets. We have a whole step here, which is 2 frets, and then a whole step here. Some people like to do it this way. Whichever works for you. To me, I get a lot more strength out of using my middle finger on it. Plus, when I'm trying to get really wide stretches, if I'm playing like this and I try and reach with my pinky, there's only so far I can go. But if I'm playing more like this and I reach out with my 1st finger, that's pretty. Here's the 3rd fret to the 9th fret I can reach on here. And if you notice, the mass of my hand is right there. So if you do your stretching here, you're going to get a lot wider reach laterally on the fretboard than if you try and just reach with your pinky. And part of that is when you reach with your pinky, your 1st finger is pointing right back at your head. If you rotate that around a little bit, where it's kind of pointing up, then you're going to get more stretch in that and just more reach on the instrument as a whole. Alright, so we've got our 3 patterns. The 1st, 3rd, and 4th. The 1st, 2nd, and 4th. And then 1st, 2nd, and 4th wider with whole steps. Right, so that's the first thing that you're going to want to maybe just kind of put your metronome on. We'll put it on 60, nice and slow. And just try and get it nice and solid. And then now, obviously those are just the hammer-ons. You can do the reverse for pull-offs. Here's 4, 2, and 1, and then the... Alright, so just a little exercise. I'm doing those in 1/8 notes. I'm counting 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You want to get used to all this stuff being in time. With beginning players, there's always the tendency to just look at it like it's a hammer-on and pull-off. That just means I play as fast as I can. And there's no real weight given to the fact that these are all just different ways to articulate a rhythm or a melody. We're going to start off with a 3-note per string major scale. Alright, and we're going to start off the first 2 strings that we play, the 6th string. We're going to be on the 5th fret with the A. And we're doing the 1, 2, 4 with the wide stretch. So it'll be on the 6th string. I'm going to turn this off. It's going to be the 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret. Same thing on the 5th string. 5, 7, 9. And then when we get to the 4th string, we have the 6th fret with the 1st finger, 7th fret with the 2nd finger, and then the 4th fret with, the 9th fret with the 4th finger. So it's the 1, 2, 4 pattern. The same thing on the 3rd string. And then we have to move up a position, and we go on the 7th fret, 1st finger, 9th fret, 3rd finger, 10th fret, 4th finger, and then the same thing on the 1st string. So we get each of those 3 patterns in here. Alright, so I put the metronome on. We're doing 1/8 notes, so there's 2 notes per click. We're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'll do it one more time for you. 1 and 2 and 3 To do the reverse with the pull-offs, we're starting on the first string with the fourth finger and just going backwards. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Alright, so we can go up and down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Alright, it's all about control. This isn't anything particularly musical. All we're really trying to get to happen here is getting you to play these the hammer-ons and pull-offs in time and very consistent. So those are eighth notes. Now triplets, where we're doing 3 per beat, this will be a little bit easier, but it's also easier to rush this. So for each one of these metronome clicks, there's going to be 3 notes, and since there happens to be 3 notes per string, it's basically 1 string per beat. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So remember, you're just picking on the beginning of each string. We're also going to do the same 3-note per string idea, but we're going to do a minor scale just to break it up. With the minor scale, A minor, we're going to have the same root on the 5th string. We're going to go 1, 3, 4. Alright, so 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Same thing on the 5th string. And then we're going to have 5th, 7th, and 9th, the wide stretch on the 4th. And on the 3rd string, we're going to have the same stretches on the 2nd string. We just have to go up a fret, so it'll be 6th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret. And then on the 1st string, it's going to be 7th, 8th, and 10th. Alright, so let me do these as 8th notes. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, and then as triplets. 1 triplet, 2